Oh, yeah, shoot. Yes, I do. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case may be, wherever you are in this bright, wonderful world. This is Drawn and Quartered. Tonight, a special edition. Sorry, nobody gets to vote. We're doing Aquaman and MERA. The first twofer, necessarily, at least on my stream. So, hope everyone is ready. We've got some new faces, some new artists in here, and I am going to let Edwin Boyette take it away.
All right, so we've got an absolutely great bunch tonight. And by the way, everyone, welcome to the very first Drawn and Quartered of 2019. Here's looking forward to a year of amazing art and amazing competition. All right, so your first competitor is the winner of the fan edition, and that is Bill Hart from Argos Creations. And William is also a part of Tales from Beyond the Gate. Welcome to Drawn and Quartered, Bill.
Hey, thank you for having me. Yeah, I won last week. I've been competing for a while, and I finally had a great breakthrough, and I'm hitting my stride, so I'm bringing it tonight. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right.
Yeah, boy.
All right, and your ever humble, but perhaps a little bit less humble today, host Mike Miller. Mike, why would you be less humble today? What thing happened today?
No idea what you could possibly be talking about. But let me play it for you.
Oh, brother.
Everybody get your golf clap ready.
49-33 or something.
That's what's driving people up a wall. Okay, time for some things I like and then some things that I hate. So, things that I like this week. So, there's a guy, a really, really talented artist named Mike Miller, and he was the lead artist on the Injustice series from DC Comics. Well, now he's gone independent, and he has a new project called LONESTAR, Heart of the Hero, and it's really worth checking out. You can go check out his Indiegogo. What's really cool is that when you do his kind of upper-level Indiegogo fundraising, you can actually send copies of this new comic, LONESTAR, to the troops. You can send a minimum of 5 copies to troops around the world via the U.S. So go check them out right now at Indiegogo.com. Here's a little bit of the art. It's just beautiful. Go check out LONESTAR from Mike Miller.
Wow.
So you can listen to the rest of that. There's another 30 seconds or so on the Ben Shapiro Show. The Ben Shapiro.
Wow.
Nice, nice plug, Mr. Miller. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're all a little jelly about that.
All right, our next guest tonight, making I think your second appearance on our show, is Brian Shearer. He is the creator of William the Last, which is in comic book stores now. How you doing, Brian?
I am doing fantastic. I'm glad that the holiday is over and it's a normal routine now.
It was Christmas for me today.
Oh, man. My son has been in the house with my wife for the last 2 weeks, and nothing has gotten done. So I'm ready to work.
Welcome back to Drawn and Quartered. All right. Ever popular, and that is a good warm-up. Unfortunately, you will not be able to use that tonight. But welcome back to Drawn and Quartered, Mr. Elliot Fernandez.
That's right, brother. The one and only lover of wolf milk. That's me. Not so much.
Very good.
That's for you. That's for you, John.
Yeah, you can give him a little cup of wolf milk right in his hand too.
A little bottle.
Yeah.
So, aside from this warm-up sketch, what are you primarily working on right now, Elliot?
Well, this actually is more than a warm-up sketch. It's actually a little. Now it's turning into a commission, but I'm preparing myself for a campaign that unfortunately I may have to launch a little bit later than expected, probably the first week of February, for a new comic for Indiegogo called Comet Boy Atomo. And,
Comet Boy Atomo. That's kind of a cool title.
Hopefully you'll think it's a great book and you want to love it even more with your wallets. Just saying.
Very good. All right. Well, later on, you'll have to show us some of that if you have some concept stuff.
And be sure to list it on IndieCron.
Yeah, I will do that. I will be doing that.
I think they have a pre-launch page or something like that. They do now.
Yeah, I listen to Edwin's videos, so I know what to do.
Excuse me.
All right. Moving right on down the line. We have Ignition Todd here. And Todd, you recently won a very prestigious competition yourself. What did you win?
Yeah, John, of course, John Malin had the Comicsgate Talent Search, where he was looking for 2 artists and 2 writers to work on Graveyard Shift 2. And I was one of the artists that won that, and I'm super stoked. I found out today who I'm sort of paired up with, and I'm even stoked about that because I have talked to him and had him on fan speak with us. So this is going to be awesome. He's he thinks he's an artist himself, so he thinks visually, which will be really make it a lot easier.
Well, that is fantastic, man. 2019 is shaping up to be a pretty awesome year.
Oh, definitely.
All right. Speaking of Wolf Milk, we have the ever popular and perhaps the single largest holder of silver medals on Drawn and Quartered.
Yeah.
The #1 loser.
Oh.
Okay.
What?
On Drawn and Quartered.
How we doing tonight, Mr. Mail?
Doing great, man. I'm glad to be here. Hashtag Wolfpack, hashtag Wolf Campaign, hashtag Malin Militia. Represent tonight, guys, and let's destroy Elliot one more time.
You know when you say that, it doesn't really work, right? You can't just say hashtag and it works.
Let me read what you've written here. Let's see. It says vote Malin ×2, and then it says RIP, as in rest in pepperonis. Lone Star. Now ship it.
Yeah.
All right.
Ship it.
Rising in podcasts.
It's Mike's last chance to really beat me at anything, and that's shipping before me. But I think Graveyard Shift will probably ship before Lone Star at this rate, guys. So to all my backers, thank you very much, and I will do right by you all. Wow. Snap. Crackle pop.
Fighting words, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
If on Twitter, you be all over it. Come on.
We know how this is. We know how it is.
A frequent competitor on Drawn and Quartered, a frequent fan favorite. Kyung Lee, creator of Battle Maiden Knucklebomb. Is that a mock-up of the Battle Maiden Knucklebomb cover? What am I looking at there on the right?
Well, right here is the test proof that I got printed out. Had 5 of them printed. 4 of them went to people on Twitter. But yeah, this is back when I had only several pages done. Now we're up to about 35% of the book complete.
Woo! That's looking good. How much? Just out of curiosity, do you remember how much it cost you to do that limited test print?
The limited test print was, just for 5 books, was less than $20.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
well,
but that's digital printing, so the quality is okay, but not nearly as good as Offset.
So even though Knucklebomb isn't scheduled to ship till later in the year, it'll probably still beat Lone Star. So it's in demand, guys. So go ahead and back it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Kyung, something's missing from your drawing table tonight.
Oh no,
just different.
They're right there.
All right. All right. Last but not least, and this is Matthew Weldon. Matt, is this your first time on Drawn and Quartered?
Yes, this is it. This is my initiation.
All right. And for those of you not familiar with Matt, he is the artist and creator of a little book called Punchline.
Wow.
Yeah, just I think issue 2 has been out for a couple of weeks, and issue 3 will be out in maybe 2 weeks. It's getting pushed.
Dropped today.
Oh,
didn't it?
Oh, issue 3.
Yeah,
well,
digitally it dropped today.
Oh, digitally, maybe. Yeah, that's probably the case. We had a really wacky arrangement on Comixology for a number of months where the issues were pretty much half the size they are of the print issue. So Bill decided to overhaul everything, recently, and he just pulled everything down to try and keep everything uniform, I guess. So it's kind of, well, that's good news. The issue 3, we're trying to get everything worked out, so we can have less confusion amongst the masses and stuff. So yep, Punchline is the book, and it's so far so good. We're on a good schedule, and I'm doing my best to keep up.
All right, let me catch a couple super chats here, and then we will get going. Let's see. Paul Hassett for $3 said, "Okay, Malin just won me over." I'm not sure if that was the little sketch there or if it was Wolf Milk, but whatever you did, you won him over.
Professionalism won him over.
Very good, very good. That is important.
It was my unwitting endorsement.
And then we have a $1.99 from Sierra Whiskey. He says, "Indicron upcoming. Heard of it?" Now we have. All right, gentlemen.
Get around to submitting my stuff for that.
Tonight is a little bit different. There will not be a poll tonight to decide the topic. We have already chosen the poll, and we're going back to DC Comics. The topic tonight will be Aquaman and MERA. Aquaman and MERA. Bonus points if you can sneak in a Black Manta. Gentlemen, for our newcomers, regardless if you draw digitally or traditionally, right? You can do your rough outs in blue pencil or digital blue, but your final creation must be black, white shades and shades of gray. Is everyone clear?
Yes.
Now, once I start the timer, you don't have any friends here, gentlemen. The man to your right and left is fighting for your spot, right? And friendship, peace, brotherhood, goodwill, camaraderie for the next 2 hours are handicaps, right? And so it is in your interest to draw your best and sabotage to the man to your left and right. Do we understand, Joe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I eat your soul. Very good. All right. And once they say begin, you have 2 hours. Begin.
Oh, crap. Already can't take this pressure.
Too much pressure.
You're 10 seconds in, and you can't. Oh my God.
It's too much.
Pressure under the sea. Under the sea.
I'm buckling.
So we're supposed to draw the Little Mermaid, right? That's what we're doing.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and do that, Mike.
All right. Cool.
All right. Let's catch up with the chant while you gentlemen get your rough outs up. Say hello to a few people. Chester Busby says Punchline looks great.
Hey, that's pretty awesome. Thanks.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
No, it's I appreciate it. I really agonize over those covers and the logo and everything like that. So when it comes down to it, I'm spending a lot more time on the logos and making sure that just trying to get the character if I drew them over the logo to look right if I'm gonna end up doing it over the logo. So all the logo work and all the cover stuff and the text and all that other stuff, it takes a lot of time out of my sequential pages, but that makes it worth it since you like the look of it. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. I've been trying to get you or oh gosh, what's the writer's name?
Bill.
I kept wanting to say Bob. You or Bill on here since what was that show we did in Texas?
It was Alamo.
Yeah. Seems like the stars never aligned. But I'm glad you're on here now, man.
Yeah, it seems like so long ago, and it seems like so long ago that Bell County happened with John. Yeah, that was. I mean, this year just kind of took off, and I've been trying to, since we got the book to come out, it's I had a little bit of a lead, so I'm trying not to squander that lead. Just head down, just trying to make sure everything's, on schedule.
Excellent. Schedule matters, right, Mike?
Yep.
Oh crap!
Let's see. Sierra Whiskey said if Gary Shipman was here, he'd be drawing the Little Mermaid. Actually, he'd probably be drawing a headshot of Nemo. It would be gorgeous. It would absolutely be gorgeous, but completely ineligible to win.
Wait a minute. We're not doing Submariner?
Yeah, keep doing that. You do that, Elliot.
Feel free.
Okay.
We're doing Submariner and the Little Mermaid, Elliot.
All right, Oregano Cat.
That is a Tumblr looking for a home. That's what that is.
Oregano Cat is completely disgusted with your weak crap talking. He's not feeling it. Yeah, in chat, essentially, he's ready to swear off all of you. He needs to hear some high quality crap talking.
That's because Malin hasn't opened his mouth yet for me to.
Well, I got a whole bag, but it's all for Mike. So,
Why the hate? Why the hate?
It's more like jealousy, I think.
Yeah, well, I already admitted
Finally
it.
passed a graveyard shift and he can't handle it.
Well, I already said it was a little bit of jealousy. I'm gonna make Mike pay for doing what he did to Graveyard Shift.
It's like the NPC. Shut your mouth.
All right, let's see. Hugh Jass for $2 says, "Glad we're back to comics after the Xmas injustice." I thought that turned out well. It was not safe for anybody and completely degenerate, but it was still an amazing evening.
Horrible. You did that in the name of my show. Unbelievable.
Let's see. Sierra Whiskey says, "Less buddy, more battle." There you go.
Ooh, battle.
In fact, Ignition, we better hear you talking some crap about Malin. Just because the man's cutting you a paycheck doesn't mean you can't talk some crap tonight.
Yeah, it's a great way to start a business relationship.
Don is not your employer tonight. He is your mortal enemy.
Don't worry, Todd. You got the job. Nothing's gonna take it from you. So
nothing's gonna take it.
Go low, go deep. Painful, cutting insults are welcome. Destroy him.
Oh, speaking of which, all right, I got you covered, Ignition. And this is from Star Tiger. Malin, you ready? This was brutal. He says, "Mermaids have no feet. This is the way for Malin tonight."
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Brandon Pitt says, "Don't listen to Edwin, Todd. Don't listen to Edwin. Could Edwin possibly be giving you bad advice?"
Probably not, but you know what? I'm not honestly when I'm drawing, I'm not really much of a talker, to be honest.
You're not really much of a talker, to be honest.
You're probably right, but I did help you to the win last week.
Yeah, Todd, you were the man last week. This week, you're not. I don't like you right now.
I pushed my will on the crowd and.
All right, Todd. The audience is already turning on you. Pencil for life. Pencil for life. Brad Ashworth says, "Edwin, will Todd actually finish a drawing tonight?" That is a good question. That is a good question. Perhaps his competitors might have an opinion about that.
John told me to get in here early and start while we were talking.
Did you
I can't do that. That's not
your
fair.
drawing on the last one?
Whatever it takes to win.
We did a two-person, like a Santa Claus and Mrs. Santa Claus, and I did not finish.
Oh,
unfortunately.
That is so embarrassing for you.
Too much time on Mrs. Santa Claus beard.
I had a really good pose for Mrs. Claus too, but
all you have to do is 90% black, Todd. That's it.
That's John's formula for losing.
If I remember right, Todd was actually not a member of Degenerate Row. He had kind of like a classic pinup Mrs. Claus. So like it was sexy, but it wasn't overly spicy. Kind of like a Betty Page kind of thing.
Oh yes, you're right. She was down on her knees and in a nice pose, and she was.
People are running to go watch that video now.
It was well done. It would have been better if you had finished it, but it was absolutely well done.
Well, it made for good comedy because you roasted me, so that's all right. It happens.
Let's see. Dennis Pruitt says, Edwin, Malin has it all wrong. Mike's afraid of closure. He's going for the longest running Indiegogo, but Lone Star will be a senior citizen come issue 2. Mike, does that mean I need to rescind that steak knife order? Because steak knives are for closers, Mike. They're for closers.
Steak knives are for closers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for second place, the steak knives.
Third prize is you're fired.
Yeah.
Kyung Lee, Draken
Anyways, and
from
your
chat
I
wants
don't want
you
to bump you up here, but coffee is for closers.
to. Well, that's good. That's good. Maybe we can get you some coffee too. Let's see. Dark Admiral March Hare says, Edwin, please plug William the Last. It's a beautiful book and great story for kids. Okay. So
Yeah, Edwin, do that. I agree.
All right. Is William the Last kid friendly?
It is very kid friendly.
Okay.
It is very kid friendly.
All right. And so I know it's in comic stores. How much coverage are you getting? Or a lot of the stores carrying it? Or
Yeah, it's been okay. I have found that some people have been saying that their store, like they asked for them to put it on their pull list, but the store won't order it.
really?
Yeah, I've heard that more than one time, and that kind of sucks. So,
Yeah,
Time to find a new store.
Won't order anything that's is it solicited through Diamond?
yeah, oh, yeah,
Wow, really? And they still won't?
yeah. So you can order it directly from Antarctic Press. So I've been telling people to do that, but it kind of sucks that you have to take that extra step when you've already told somebody. But so yeah, go out and order it, people. Go right now.
Do it. Highly recommend.
Get it done.
All right.
Chop
So
off.
it looks like, let's see. Dark Admiral March here says the trade is in previews right now. So is there a TPB coming out or?
Okay, well apparently this month the trade. I didn't know exactly when it was going to hit. So yeah, right now you can order the trade of the first 4 issues in previews. That must be the January edition.
All right, and I will post the link to your website, the William the Last website, right in the chat. And by the way, if anybody goes to their comic book store and tries to order it and gets turned down, please let me know on Twitter. I would like to follow up on that because that is unfortunate. Let's see. James Dean, creator of Conflict, for $2 says, "Always be closing. Leads are for closers."
That is correct.
That was a good response. I like the response.
Always be closing.
All right, we've got some progress. So let me go through and see what we've got here. We will start with Bill Hurt. Looks like he is going with a classic Arthur Curry. Is that accurate? You're going with a classic Aquaman?
I am. I'm going with the Aquaman that I know with my eyes shut. I know how to draw this guy over and over again.
Please don't draw it with your eyes shut.
I am. I'll do that. I use the Force. See how it goes.
All right.
But if it's to be a classic Silver Age or modern age mirror and Aquaman.
How often do you draw Aquaman? That's weird.
All right. Let's see how Mr. Blacklist is doing. Oh, your camera's your camera was working until you moved it. Let me see if it catches up on YouTube. Yeah.
He doesn't want to show it. He doesn't want to show it because he knows.
It's working. It's working.
Oh, sorry. All right. Good. I thought you were mailing. Sorry.
All right. Good start. And let's check in with Brian. All right. Looks like potentially a cinematic MERA, but it looks like I think I see. Is that Namor?
Yes, look, it's Namor. That's what we're doing, right?
Namor and MERA.
We'll turn it around at the last second.
That is a bold choice. Looks like you're off to a good start. All right, and Mr. Elliot Fernandez.
Namor is doing what he does with the Fantastic Four. He's moving in on Aquaman's main squeeze.
All right.
Elliot is doing headshots. He is pulling a Gary Shipman because he's afraid he doesn't have time to do a full drawing.
I see.
Because guess who else I'm going to put in here? Boom! I'm getting bonus points.
You're doing Topo the Octopus, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm seeing a little bit of Old Man Arthur, and I'm liking it. As a member of the geriatric squad, I appreciate it.
Swimming in the sea.
Under the sea.
I've got some fish to talk to.
All right, taking a look at Ignition Time. Laying out some primitives here.
Oh, fancy.
What the hell is that?
Starting with MERA, looking good. The topic tonight is Aquaman and MERA. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, my wife is not a huge fan of superhero movies, but she really enjoyed Aquaman. If nothing else, it's kind of cool for us because my wife is Hapa Hawaiian. She's half Hawaiian, so it's really cool to see like a Hawaiian kid. It's cool to see a Hawaiian kid starring in like the #1 movie in the world. I mean, it's kind of nuts for us, yeah.
That's cool.
That hasn't happened since Don Ho graced the. Oh wait, never mind.
All right, Mr. Malin, Malin with some unexpected fluidity. That is kind of.
Yeah. Normally you're really stiff, but this is different.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, congratulations on somebody from your state actually getting in a movie.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah.
Well, no, it's just, you just don't see Polynesians represented in a lot of stuff, or they get misrepresented.
Or
yeah,
represented positively.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
They made him a fish. I'm just saying.
Yeah, fish man, John Malin.
Yeah, a surfer bro.
Yeah, and the guy that plays his dad is Tongan, right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe Tongan, or is
either Maori
or Maori? Yeah, Maori. I was going to say he looked somewhere between Maori and Tongan. But this is looking good, Malin.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Anything to beat Mike.
If you like Sharpie drawings.
All right, let's see if I can check in on Kyung Lee. Hopefully, it is rated PG. Kyung Lee is going strong for the fan service. Is there going to be room to fit an Aquaman in that drawing?
Yeah, I'll fit him in somewhere.
I'm afraid where he's going to fit him in.
I think Kyung just won.
All right, Mr. Kyung Lee. All right, now last but not least, Mr. Matthew Weldon.
Oh.
All right. Looks like Mr. Weldon has got a little bit of a Frazetta thing going on here.
Oh, I'm trying to make it wholesome and.
Don't do that.
It'll be a wholesome costume. I'm trying to remember. My phone died, so I have no reference right now. So I'm gonna kind of have to try and make it up.
Well, now, all right. So the women in drawings can be sexy. We just kind of want to cut it off at like PG-13.
Oh yeah, it'll be.
Is that Mike? Is that fairly accurate?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You just don't draw anything that you wouldn't show someone's mother.
No, it won't.
Maybe not taking into account Malin's mother. But anyone else's, yeah.
God, you beat me to it. Oh.
Yeah, She was rocking out at Maiden and Judas Priest concerts, so you're probably right.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Sierra Whiskey says disqualified for pandering. No, it is always the right choice to pander to the audience. The audience is frequently confronted with arrogant professionals from corporate comics who couldn't care less what they think and still think they're entitled to the dollar, and so pandering is encouraged. Yeah.
Say that again 5 times fast.
Yeah, vote Bill, vote Bill, vote Bill, vote Bill. I think that's what he was saying. That's all I heard. But hey.
Let's see.
I normally vote for Malin, but this time I'm voting for Kilmer.
All right. Spike in Madness said something nice about my wife. Wife? One of the audience members says, your wife sounds like a sweet sugar plum fairy. Always glad to have her join the party.
Oh, you're so misled.
Yeah. Mrs. B says you're completely misled, but I thank you for that. Let's see. Chester Busby says, I was rocking out to Priest and Maiden. Do I know Malin's mama? Sounds like an issue of Maury.
It's possible.
Maybe you're Malin's. Sorry. I almost went too fast for that one. Almost went too fast.
All right. Let me put the cameras back on free rotate.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
That's very nice, Michael.
Darling, it's better here where it's wetter. Take it from me. I should put that little crab in the background somewhere.
Hey,
Or
John.
maybe a Meg.
John, can you tell us when work will actually start on Graveyard Shift 2? Like production stuff? I mean, I'm sure you're already working on it, but actual...
Well, all the talent search stuff has been initiated, so the writers are working on the scripts right now. The artists will be working, I believe, February 1st, and I will probably be starting somewhere around March or April, and then we'll be released in early spring or I'm sorry, late spring or early summer.
Okay,
Not competition or anything. Just wanted to say I have 8 pages done on Lone Star 2 already.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
My book's actually about to ship. How's yours?
It's at the printer.
That doesn't mean anything. It's been at the printer for a lifetime.
Whatever you want to say. Whatever.
Vote for Malin, guys. The guy who will not put his audience behind Ben Shapiro.
All right, so we have some astute observations, and from the audience comes Lafayette Azevedo, and with this slightly cryptic comment, but I found it entertaining. He says, if you want this to be huge, reboot it in 5 minutes, where Aquaman is a midget Croatian named Todd, but cross it over into 5 more streams. Then cancel it and go back to the original stream. That sounds brilliant.
Is that something to do with the actual Aquaman book or something?
I have no idea. It sounds like madness, but I love it. It sounds like madness.
This is Sparta. This is madness.
Let me check in and see how Lone Star is doing, actually.
You do that.
Lone Star, Heart of the Hero, coming up, is at $107,197.
Right. Where's
Don't make me go there, Mike. Don't make me go there. This is how I'm going to keep Mike's bragging in check all night.
I'll be nice.
2 words, Malin. Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, we gotta get these. Brad Ashworth, Pencil for Life says, Edwin, is Mike drawing Aqualad? Is Mike drawing Aqualad?
I am not. I'm trying to do sort of a soft blend of the movie Aquaman and the comic Aquaman because I don't like Aquaman.
Oh, that's heresy.
But I liked the movie, so
Yeah.
I like movie Aquaman.
Yeah, movie Aquaman is cool. Well, some of it is cool. The old Saturday morning cartoon Fish Whisperer Aquaman, not so much. But yeah.
That's it. Everyone, I thought we were friends.
Let me help you, Superman. I'll get a school of mackerel over here in a minute.
First of all, 7 seas, buddies. 7 seas. Big deal. And takes up most of the earth. Oceans, sand. Controls it.
Let's see. And we had a question from an audience member. Let's see if I can find it because it was a good question. Aqualad, the amphibian thug of Atlantis, asked, what version of Aquaman is this? And so we did not specify a version. And so sometimes we'd like to do that. We like to leave that up to interpretation. The only requirement is that the final drawing incorporates both Aquaman and MERA. And so we'll allow our artists to exercise their creative freedom and give us something amazing.
Or whatever John Malin delivers.
That's right.
Let's see. Good Dog Press says, anyone who draws a dolphin gets my vote. So you've got the marine mammal vote up for grabs there.
I honestly didn't even recognize Dolph Lundgren in that movie. I'm like, I know that guy. Who is that guy? But I never bothered Googling it or anything.
Right.
Then I heard it was Dolph Lundgren later. I'm like, jeez.
Mike, did you watch it in
100%
2D or
knew.
3D?
2D. I hate 3D.
You saw it in both.
No, I did not see it in both.
Oh, I thought the first time you saw it was in.
No, that was
3D.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me no likey 3D.
Yeah, me and the wife can't do 3D anymore. I don't know. Every time I've watched a 3D movie in the last couple of years, I've walked out with like a split migraine. Oh, Chester Busby says Aquaman doesn't come out in February here until Japan. No spoilers, please. Absolutely.
Japan until February.
Yeah. Great movie, though. Great comic book movie, rather.
But you see, Aquaman. That's funny because it's been out in China for a week earlier, right? It came out a week early in China.
It does seem weird.
Just grab yourself a Chinese bootleg, Chester. You'll be good.
Let's see. Eric N. Boyd says Mike will draw a dolphin on purpose. Let's see. Elric Helgas wants me to enunciate something. All right, here we go. Meanwhile, back at the Hole of Justice, Aquaman prepares a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because he can't do squat. Yeah, that's jellyfish. Yeah, jellyfish. Yes. Well, the heroes are out fighting Darkseid or Mxyzptlk or the villain from Scooby-Doo. Aquaman is back whipping up some tasty sashimi. The Hall of Benihana. All right. Mr. Miller, I am going to step away from the computer for just a moment. Can you take over talking duties?
I'll lock the camera on my screen and enjoy the show. So Matthew, 7 issues.
Yeah, well, it's the first page of the 7th issue. I'm kind of finishing up 6-2 because we're trying to find colorists, that can kind of keep up with what we have going on right now, and it's not working out good right now.
Oh, really?
So we're trying. So the reason I'm trying to jump between finish issue 6 and get issue 7 going is so I can try out a couple of new colorists. So.
Gotcha. So, how long has that been?
How long has what been?
When did you start this book?
Oh man, you know what? Actually, the very first little short issue came out in 2017, at the end of 2017 on Comixology. So we've been pitching it for a while. The Image politely ignored the submission, so we never got a response.
Image turned down Punchline.
Yeah, well, a couple of times. I wasn't sure if we did it right the first time, so I resubmitted when we got further along. You submit when you have a 5 pages. We did that, and then we had a couple of issues, so I resubmitted right before that. And who knows? I mean, maybe I missed a certain aspect of the submission guidelines or something like that, and it was ignored. But for whatever reason, Boom was real nice. They responded. Not Boom, Dynamite, I believe, or maybe it was IDW. Well, they all rejected us, but which ones were nice and responded, I can't really remember. But
that's crazy.
Oh, their loss.
Yeah, so far so good. I'm Aftershock. I got a little bit of interest, but then they just just kind of people are busy. I understand. It is what it is, and I don't really. I can't imagine how many submissions people get every other day on that subject. So I'm not upset, because I feel like at the end of the day, Antarctic Press and the way they've allowed us to just wander around and kind of work things out the way we'd like to work them out. They've been really lenient and really cool about a lot of aspects of the publishing process. So I feel like, it was all for a reason. Yeah. So I'm happy with where we are.
I don't know. Right on. So how are you doing, like, sales wise?
Oh, it was really weird because I've had a couple of things published through Image over the years, and little things here and there, but I've never really known certain aspects of the publishing. But the first issue, so the reason I bring that up is because the first issue sold about, between variants and regular covers, 2,600 copies, and they all sold out, which was good. And the problem with that is it's not really that high, but issue 2 and 3 didn't really do much better, because issue 2 and 3 were all solicited and out of the opportunity.
Before the first issue was out.
Yeah, before the first issue came out. So
that's how publishing goes.
yeah, so we're hoping that things will start picking up on issue 4 or 5, and see how it goes. It's issue 3 I'm not super worried about. It's a fun issue, but it's a break issue before issue 4 and 5 really get exciting.
Yeah, that's just the hard truth about publishing new stuff, man.
Yeah,
especially if you're going monthly. If you'd launched bi-monthly, then by issue 3 you would have had a better sense of feedback.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, actually. That's what the Rags guys, they did. That's what they did, and their books are just blowing up, and it worked out really good for the numbers that they're pulling in. So
well, it's porn.
Hey, before I forget, speaking
of porn,
speaking of that movie, the Aquaman movie, I haven't seen it yet, but this is like a really tender moment for me drawing these characters again, because one of the only times that I ever generated some interest from any of the big companies was DC. They emailed me a little while ago and asked me to try out on an Aquaman and MERA book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. and it was really fun. It was really exciting to try out, and if you ever want to learn about or a tutorial on how to not to mess up a tryout for any big submissions, then I can tell you some stories, because I messed up that tryout so bad in so many ways.
Well, tell us.
Yeah, a couple of things is it was actually for the upcoming movie. The book was so this was like almost a year ago. Now that I think about it, it was they were trying to get a book out in time for the movie. And they're like, we need it by this and that. And so I said, sure. They said it was based off of the characters. And so I was like, oh, awesome. And so they're like, can you get us some sketches? So I said, sure. They sent me a doc that was like 8 pages long in the tiniest font size you can imagine. I glimpsed it over, but he just said he wanted some sketches. So I just drew him some sketches. And I drew the adult bearded Jason Momoa Aquaman, which is what he said the characters were based off of. And then he emails me back and says, these characters are teenagers. And in the entire 8-page document that they sent me, it said the word teen. It was teen royalty, MERA was. And it was the only word in the entire 8-page document, and I missed it, where it said teen royalty. And so I failed my first major test in aspect. So he was nice enough to say, hey, just shoot me some teenage versions of these characters. And so I did.
Was it Jim Chadwick?
No, the guy, man, what was the guy's name? No, it wasn't him though. It was for that new DC Inc. Young Readers line that they're trying to start up, I think. I don't know if you've heard about it yet.
No.
And then it spiraled out of control from there. It gets worse, but
continue
if you'd like.
Relive your pain, please.
Yeah, I haven't had to think about this in a while.
It's affecting your art.
But there aren't any
I
other
know,
painful memories that you can share with us.
I'm trying to think of the right order of things, so I don't waste too much time. But
you drew teenager versions, which
so I sketched out the teenage versions, and it was real cool. It was real nice, and they told me that it was literally geared towards teenage girls. That was the demographic and the market that they were trying to hit, and I was like, oh, I can kind of do that. So I drew up a bunch of teenage versions, and then they told me, they're like, okay, so we wanted you to try inking. Show us the final product. Let us see what that's going to be like. I was like, all right. So I finished a page with both of the characters in it, and it seemed like it was. I read over that document 1,000 times after that, so it was part of the document, and it kind of followed the story. So I emailed it to him real quick, and he's like, okay. He's like, have a good weekend, because they do not work on weekends. And so I waited all weekend to get a response back on if they liked that or not. And then they came back and said, well, we kind of like the sketchy stuff better. So and I was like, okay, that's fine too. So I went back, did some more sketchy stuff, and now the real test kind of came, where they gave me a script and said, go show us some pages, work up some pages for us. So I said, okay, cool. And they said, you got till Monday, and that was like 3 or 4 days away. Maybe a couple more, but I said, okay, that's fine. And then it was Friday, so I didn't really have a chance to ask him any more questions, and so it was kind of too late. But I told him, or I thought to myself, he gave me the script, but he also sent within the little packet that he gave me already sketched out pages of the script that he asked me to draw, and I didn't know what he wanted me to do. And so I could not. I sat there for a couple hours trying to figure out if he wanted me to literally just trace over these already sketched out pages in my style, or if he wanted me to go off the script. I had no idea because, so what I ended up doing is I just went off the script. I ignored the pages, and I finished them all that night, turned them in the next day, and said, hey, I wasn't 100% sure on this. If you want me to redo them and trace over these pages that you sent along with the document, I said I can do that, and I can still get it in by Monday if you want. Whatever you want. And he's like, you can tell as somebody's typing something where he was just like, no. And I could tell he was kind of disappointed
that you didn't trace.
That I didn't trace. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And so what happened after that? Yeah, this is getting brutal.
So what happened after that was he hired his friend.
That's
hired his roommate.
Yeah, it didn't. I said I can get these done for you, no problem. And he said, just let me pass these around and see what my higher ups say. And I said, sure thing. And ultimately, I didn't hear anything for a couple of weeks. So I think that was it. There might have been a couple other things that I'm leaving out, but just for sake of cutting this story short, and so I can.
Too late.
Or so I can end this the suffering. I guess that's what I meant to say. I didn't hear anything. I tried to hit him back up and say, hey, because I know they were on a deadline to try and get it done and colored by the time the movie came out. And I said, hey, what's the word? Anything else you need from me, or if there's anything I do? He's like, yeah. He's like, I totally forgot to mention. I got kicked. He told me that he got kicked off the book as editor, and that they ended up hiring another artist altogether too. So yeah,
that's about the way it happens.
Yeah, he said, and I imagine, and I think I gather from what he said, there was a lot of cooks in the kitchen on this one, and there was a lot of people, all over the map on this one. Which is why I think I looked or saw it show up online recently, and they ended up like almost a year behind on the schedule.
So are you
got an editor kicked off the book
stuff while you're doing something?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You working on other books while you're working on Punchline?
Yeah, I was doing that while I was working on Punchline.
What do you do for money? Because I know you're not making money off Punchline unless they're paying you a page rate.
No, we're not making. I haven't made $1 off Punchline yet. So.
Son.
But hopefully one day.
James Dean, creator of Conflict for $5, says the art on Punchline is tremendous, Matthew. DC's loss not being complimentary. As for the colorist battle, the entire industry seems to be sparse.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I can't get a response from a colorist.
Oh no. Nasser says that Matthew has read a script or two from him.
Oh yeah.
Matt, don't do that. Don't do that.
I love that response. Oh yeah.
No, I did a fun little I did a couple of things, little sketches of Nasser's characters. He was one of he hung out and for quite a while during the Indiegogo campaign that we had, and I got to know him through that. And I drew a fun little chibi character of one of his concept designs, and an adult version of the same character. Had some fun with it when I had the time.
Did you draw a little cat version?
What's that? Oh, yeah. I do need to draw some more gatos. I need to get up to speed on those.
So nobody probably knows Matt. Matt draws these little lucky cats as different characters, and he sells them at conventions for $1 a piece.
Yeah, little cards. I dress up cats as superheroes and villains and all different kinds of wacky stuff, and make little cards out of them, and little cheap. And you collect. That's not really what I set out to do with my life. I just made a couple a long time ago at a show, and then come to find out, people freaking love cats, and so the demand from the public became too great, and I couldn't ignore it anymore, and the violence started, showing up.
Violence on cats.
Yeah, well, violence from people who were demanding that I produce more cats.
Oh, it's crazy cat.
Crazy cat ladies. You know they're there.
Yeah.
It was crazy, crazy cat. Everybody, it was really wild. I kind of just tried to keep up with it, and it ended up one cat after the other, and I got hundreds and hundreds of superhero cats now, and it's out of control.
Entirely. Ignition, tell us your story.
Like what kind of story? Like comics? You want to hear my draw
Thrill
for free for life?
There you go.
From a 40-year veteran in comics, Paul Cooperberg.
Wait, what?
Yeah, right. DC editor.
What about him?
He came to me after being I know Roger McKenzie, and he came to me after being sent to me by him to create a character, just a derivative version of the Question, and I created this character called Blank. So it's basically the Question with a chrome face, so that the villain or the bad guy sees himself when he's looking at the character called Blank. And it appeared in a couple issues of Charlatan Arrow. So they wanted to keep going with it, right? They wanted to keep going with it, and it's going to come out again. It's going to be called the Charlatan Action Comics or something like that. So and the two other artists in this book are Stephen Butler and Joe Staten. And I know for dang sure that those guys aren't doing work for free. So I said, listen, I can't keep doing this book for 2 comp copies, because that's all I got out of issue 2 and issue 3 were 2 comp copies total. And I'm like, I can't keep doing this, I mean, I want to keep doing the character, but I don't want to, I don't want to starve. I mean, I got to pay bills too. And you would think a guy of this stature and this length of time that he spent in this industry, he would go, yeah, you're right. We're going to have to do something about helping getting you some money no matter what. And that didn't happen.
This industry has no money. That's the truth.
So Kupperberg wasn't. How was Kupperberg involved?
Well, this is Charlatan Neo, and he is on the board or he has a title at that company. So, and obviously, I mean, I loved working with him. His scripts are really great. I mean, I learned a lot, as far as about just working the storytelling aspects of drawing a story and stuff like that, and hitting those notes just right. That's really where I kind of cut my teeth. But it's and I was willing to in the beginning, as far as how getting my start and stuff and getting published, to do some work for free, but I wasn't willing to continue it forever, right? And when they wanted to keep doing more, especially after Steve after Steve Ditko died, they wanted to do a tribute book and came to me and said, hey, we want to put Blank in this tribute book. And I'm like, sure, I'd love to keep drawing Blank, but again, I mean, I can't do this for nothing forever. There's only so far that exposure will get you.
Well, was it just exposure, or did you actually own some of the character? Or
Well, the character is a derivative, so owning it, I created the visual of the character from
Oh, yeah.
that aspect of it. As far as, again, he doesn't have a duster jacket. He doesn't have, he has a fedora and a suit, a very nice suit, but yeah, his face is just sort of a chrome mask. So he's like Silver Surfer with that costume on, with a suit and a fedora on. And so again, that's just just a different derivative of a lot of these other characters that Steve Ditko created.
Oh,
Like the what's the character that looks like a cross between Creeper and Spider-Man? Oh, Mr. something, Mr. Mr. Mix-It. And that's one of the other characters that appears in the book. So obviously Charlotte and Neo is really geared towards keeping some of these Steve Ditko-esque type of designs going. And
gotcha.
they wanted to keep doing some blank, and I'd love to keep doing some blank, but I certainly can't keep getting blank for blank.
Stop blanking me.
So, I do a lot of things like color children's books, and I do make money in as far as doing I've done some covers. I've done a cover for heavy metal and stuff like that. So,
Wow.
it's not something.
Did they pay?
Really want to know the truth?
They promised
crikey.
exposure.
No. This was one of their heavy metal comics. They did comics for a little bit, and they might still be doing them. I don't even know. And the book was a book called Megalopolis. No, Narcopolis. No, that's not it either. It's it's something like Narcosopolis or something like that. It's basically a book about this drug that is sort of becomes the Coca-Cola of of the city it's in.
John, what was that?
I love Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, that was an unpaid gig too.
Jeez, look, the industry's a scam, guys. When 20-some-year veteran Mike Miller draws a shark book for free, there's a lot of charlatans out there. I don't care. I mean, they're shitty people that take advantage of people. In my own humble opinion. So that's why it's important that things like Comicsgate stick around to get these artists some good pay to put food on their tables. And that's a serious matter when all these artists are working pro bono for these freaking frauds. So this is the real deal here. Todd's going to get some money.
Sure.
In Vaughn,
work.
What was the question?
Speaking of frauds, you see Malin's Aquaman?
Fraud, poor man.
Yeah, well, you know.
It is what it is.
Gosh, this is so fun. You guys aren't like fighting back.
I just want to say that John Malin is 100% right.
Yes.
About the skeeviness in this industry. Now, there are some good people in this business. Those people consist of Mike Miller, John Malin, everybody in this room. There are some others who will diabolically take advantage of the naive and sweet among us, like Mike S. Miller.
Oh, come on.
The trusting and kind. And that is sad. That is indeed sad. Look how good John Malin is. God damn it. Excuse my language. Sorry, Lord. John Malin. Look how good everyone is.
But you wouldn't think a guy who's worked in this industry as an editor would take advantage of talent. You know what I mean?
Why on earth would you say that?
I don't know. I mean, it just seems like, somebody like that would certainly just do whatever he can to make sure his product is getting to market and making sure you're taken care of.
Paul was supposed to be my editor on Aztec. It's funny. Somebody posted that we should draw Aztec today, and I'm like, that is so funny because I was the artist on Aztec, but it was taking so bloody long for Grant Morrison and Mark Miller to get the script to me that I quit before the book even started. It was like literally I'd been assigned to it, and I was waiting for like 6 months, and they hadn't turned in the first freaking script yet.
Hey, I've got to show a little bit of bias, Mr. Miller. And,
Yeah.
and you know that you are my Hoppa Japanese brother. But I'm kind of impressed tonight. Malin has kind of shifted his style a little bit. He's got that cool lighting element he does, that he's actually adapted his style for tonight.
Hey, thanks, everyone.
God damn it! I was too late to mute Edwin.
Wow,
All right,
that's
let
great.
me check in on everybody. By the way, gentlemen, 53 minutes have elapsed.
Perfect.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I had a call I had to take, and so I apologize for being delinquent in my hosting duties. All right, so we are looking at Bill Hertz. It looks like he is focusing on his MERA, and he's got the classic Aquaman and classic MERA. That is looking good. All right, let's check in on Mr. Miller. Wow, still working in blue, Mr. Miller.
Still working blue. Not in the comedy sense.
That is that armor, Aquaman's armor, is going to take a good little piece of ink, isn't it?
I'm okay. Don't you worry about me, nonsense.
Oh, he's like Shapiro endorsed me. I can take my time.
That is, I mean,
Yeah, Mike's already got a W for the day. He's doing pretty good.
All right. So we are looking at Mr. Brian Shearer.
Wow, look at that. Great work, Brian.
Oh, thank you. Everybody vote for me. Vote.
You got it.
Okay.
Looking very good. And then we will pause briefly on our distinguished guest, Mr. Ethan Van Sciver.
Hello. There's not much to look at here, you know.
How is PieQuest coming along?
Listen, there is no no pie. I'm done with that. I'm telling you, I'm through.
Did you have any resolutions? Did you make any New Year's Eve resolutions?
I did. I resolved to be kinder. You know.
That's a good resolution. It is a good choice.
Except to Mike.
And just like 2018, 2019 rolls right over.
There we go. All right, I'm going to inks, boys and girls.
All right, we are looking at Mr. Elliot Fernandez.
Wow, gosh.
Elliot.
Hey.
Oh wait, this is the wrong one. This one. I'm disqualified already. But I'm not, because I'm gonna put white out there.
Oh God, okay.
Oh, look at him sneaking him in there.
Elliot, you are extraordinary. You know, you really are. I don't know if you get told that often enough with your 100,000 followers.
Actually, not much.
You really are gifted and special.
Thank you. I
Fantastic.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
In the good way, not the short bus way.
Well, I don't.
All right, now Ethan here, Todd Ignition. He was the winner of John Malin's Graveyard Shift talent search, so he's going to be working Graveyard Shift number 2.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. The other art winner is Render Contender, and he'll be on Drawn and Quartered one of these days when he gets his all his gear in line.
Right, looking good. Gentlemen, we are almost to the 1 hour mark. All right, let's check in again on Mr. Malin. And I have previously confessed my bias for this tonight because I was impressed to see the style shift.
Yeah. Is the hip though? Is the hip too narrow?
Yeah, probably. I was watching some He-Man lately, and I was like, they really bulged that that upper body out.
No, I mean for the female.
Oh,
Her hip. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it is digital, Malin. You can just adjust.
I've given up trying to correct John on anatomy. He doesn't listen.
I'm terrible.
Very good. All right, let us check in with Kyung Lee.
Oh wow, just a few lines. Kyung Lee.
Killing it.
That's not porn, is it, Kyung?
It's close.
No.
Yeah.
Why is Aquaman a tiny little thing?
Well, I had to put him in there, otherwise I'd be disqualified.
They're like a toy, Aquaman toy.
Oh, shampoo bottle.
Yes, Kyung Lee has chosen fan service tonight. I think that is frequently a good choice. Pander early, pander often, and profit big.
Good work from Malin.
All right, and last.
Super chat some insults to John Malin. Feel free.
Oh, brother.
Oh, snap.
All right, last but certainly not least, we have Matthew Weldon.
Trying to catch up after that long discussion.
Wow, that's good, Matthew.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's really good.
This is, there's a weird artifact I've noticed sometimes on Google Hangouts. In Google Hangouts, the image can be very fuzzy, but then you bump over to YouTube once it catches up, and it is perfectly focused.
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Yeah, I like the wrist. I like the position of his hand.
I was thinking about putting the trident in his hand. I wasn't sure if I had enough room, so I just left it out. I may try and squeeze it in there somewhere, somehow. Maybe she'll be holding it.
Yeah, I know where you could put it.
PG-13, gentlemen.
Not on your channel this week.
Yeah,
what are
I
you guys
should.
talking about, Phil? I was thinking like stuck in the ground and sticking out.
It looks like Mike McCone. It looks like a Mike McCone style.
I think I recognize that. Is he from Texas?
Yeah.
No, he's from England. Well, he lives. Where does he live now? He might live in San Diego now.
I wonder if that's who I'm thinking of. Maybe he's just. I've seen him. He may attend a lot of Texas shows, or maybe it was just a Wizard World show that.
He attends a lot of conventions. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Japan.
All right, let's see. We have a
Directly across from- Never said a word.
We have a $5 super chat from JP4, and he wants to wish us all a happy New Year, and he says, "Go Bill."
All right. My buddy JP. Yeah, JP's a great guy. He's a really active channel, and he's become a big part of our fan community.
Nice. Nice.
How are you doing? How are you doing on Cyberfrog, Ethan?
You want to see?
Yeah. Are you drawing tonight?
Turn on the camera. I don't know if it's interesting or not.
How is Kyle doing, by the way? I kind of miss him doing his little streams.
Yeah, he's busy. He's coloring Cyberfrog, and he's as slow as I am. I mean, his work is absolutely immaculate and wonderful. He takes his time. Let me see if this will work here. Okay. Yeah. So, look at the light on this. I got to get rid of this light. There we go.
There we go. Let me see if YouTube is called up. Give it a second here. It's looking good. What do you do your heavy blacks with, man?
With these right here, Faber-Castell bit brush pens. Yeah. I don't know. You can do anything. I mean, sometimes I'll use a Copic brush pen to do it. But
that's awesome.
It's all right. Thanks.
Yeah, that is looking good.
Why do you love
Ethan,
cancer so much, Ethan?
Oh, the cigarettes. Well, it's this is it's an important story point. Cigarettes, because you don't realize that the Vespis are allergic to smoke. So that's that's how you kind of find out. Initially, they don't like it.
When they came to Earth, did they kill all the beekeepers first?
Yeah, they should have. They killed everybody. But a good way to repel them is just smoke. So. That's the best
now
way to do it.
here was a topical question in the context of Aquaman. In the world of Cyberfrog, is there an Atlantis equivalent? Are there any undersea civilizations?
Not so far. Not really. It would be like, is there a real Atlantis in reality? It's the same kind of question. Might be. No undersea civilizations, though.
What are your thoughts on that, Mike? Is there a real Atlantis?
I assume that the legend is based off of something, but I don't think it's like, people living underwater.
Well, it may be based off of Dongerland, off the coast of England, which was kind of a low-lying area that was flooded, and they've recently done some archaeological work on it. That would kind of make sense.
Where does the legend originate? Greece?
Maybe, but there would have already been people moving back and forth, particularly if there was like a land bridge.
Yeah. They actually speculate that Tarshish was England, because they call it the land of tin, and that was like a place where you get tin, and also someplace you could travel from the Mediterranean. Or for people who don't know, that's the boat that Jonah got onto to escape having to go to Nineveh.
Ethan, before you go to print, are you gonna scan in any more of your pages for fans to color for themselves, or?
I didn't know anybody wanted me to do that. I mean, maybe.
People love to do that stuff, man. People love to do that stuff. Yeah.
It's just Edwin.
It's
Edwin.
Yeah,
my people. He means Edwin.
No, I would never. No. I am like, you've seen my little stickman drawings before. That's me actually trying. No, but no. When I talk to a lot of people, like a lot of fans at home, whenever somebody scans in a black and white image, like people do it for Mike all the time. They love coloring people's stuff. It makes them feel like they're kind of part of it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I want to release the whole series in black and white. When it's all done, I think that'd be nice.
It certainly stands up in black and white.
Oh, thanks, Edwin.
All right, I am going to put the cameras back on free rotate. Gentlemen, we are an hour and 5 minutes into the competition. You have 55 minutes remaining.
I got a question for Ethan. I showed you that I had Swords of Sharpay. In your career timeline, inking that issue, where did that fall? Before?
During Cyberfrog.
Oh, okay.
Probably around 96 or 97. Yeah.
Wonder how many people have that.
Yeah, I don't even, I never even think about it. It's interesting. It's one of those kind of jobs that I did for fun. I'm not sure if I even got paid for it. But he was like a friend of a friend. So I kind of did it. But yeah, it's basically a book about a Shar-Pei dog. And what other kind of dog is it? It's
a Doberman female.
Yeah, and they're like ninjas.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Let's see. We have a $5 super chat from Mark C, and he says there are thoughts that a polar shift moved the crust, meaning the crust of the Earth, by 90 degrees. So Atlantis near the equator is now under Antarctica.
Well, that would explain why we haven't found it, you know.
Well, that would
Is that-
also explain the full coastal map of Antarctica from, was it 1400?
I think so. Yeah.
The Perry Reese map.
It was like an ancient nautical map of the coast of Antarctica, which has been, completely covered in miles and miles of ice and snow since modern times.
All right, and Chester Busby wants to remind us that tomorrow evening you can watch the fan edition of Drawn and Quartered at 10 p.m. And we have seen some amazing talent come out of the fan edition of Drawn and Quartered. So please make sure to check that out.
Well, amazing talent and John Dillard.
Mike's getting good at that. Like, that's the best way to crack on someone. And I use it on Mike all the time. Now Mike's using it. I feel like I corrupted him.
Learn from the best.
Mm-hmm. It's like you realize you've said something nice, and so you've got to take it back by excluding someone. Like, I love everyone here except for Mike. You know, that's the... Or Nasser. If Nasser's here, you say it about Nasser.
Yeah, Nasser's the whipping boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, Nasser's getting paid, which makes it a little bit easier, I think, to take some of those jabs.
Nasser's having fun. Everyone loves Nasser. And that's when you say, except for Mike, you know.
All right, we've got some smack talk from the audience, and this is coming from P.S. Melter, and he says, Edwin, okay, who gave Todd NyQuil? Move the needle, Todd. Clock is ticking, Todd. Where is Aquaman, Todd?
He's gonna be, I don't know, he'll be somewhere. He'll get there.
It's rough times when the audience is telling us it's not talking.
Okay,
We're all still recuperating from the
explain the rules of the game before we started, right, Todd?
Yeah. Why you picked two characters with the most complex costumes is like.
And Todd is disqualified. Don't vote for Todd.
You can thank me for that one, Todd. I thought it would be a cool challenge.
It is a cool challenge, Edwin. This is the best Drawn Quartered ever. Especially when you make these intricate costumes all black. Which I learned from Mr. Malin.
There you go.
And suggesting that particular red hair with black and white.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, is Elliot, you gonna color her hair red after the fact?
I got to paint this white first, so I'm not disqualified, and then go back and paint it red. Which I'm not sure. I'm there now.
Right, we have another $5 super chat from Mark C. He says, Ethan, could your black and white version be in an artist edition?
Well, that'd be nice. Yeah. I mean, again, oh, wow. Look. God, that's good, Elliot.
What? This?
God. Yes.
That doesn't count. He was doing that before the show.
Oh. I don't think it matters. It's really good. It's just show that again, please.
Let's see. I'll lock the screen. Now, this one is not eligible for voting. It is beautiful.
Yeah, I want you to just take note. I mean, just kind of blur your eyes at it. Really look at what a master Elliot is. At the two textures, three textures that are on the page right now, and just the incredible variety that he's offering there, with the scales being all a consistent kind of dark gray. When you blur your eyes, it's so pretty. It's so.
Doodle.
I feel like there's a butt on him.
No, what's the butt?
That's great stuff. That's just great.
I was gonna cry. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's very cool of you.
I didn't know whose wife that was coming into the room, so.
let's work through. All right, stopping in on Bill Hurt, and he is one of the team members for Tales Beyond the Gate. Let's see. Let's see if that's
That's
focused
right.
on
I'm
YouTube.
working on an ish story with Chester Busby. We've got a really good horror story going with all the classic tropes of beautiful females, suspense, and then a crazy twist ending that leaves you feeling a little uneasy about what you just read. So it's going to be good.
Let us check in with Mike Miller. Looks like he is.
Mike,
inks.
great job. Look how good that is.
Thank you, Ethan. But
I don't have anything bad to say at all.
Huh.
Oh, on YouTube, you're getting that cool camera artifact where it looks like the inked parts are kind of moving
I wanted
around.
to say that. Yeah, it's moving around on the pencil. It looks 3D.
it's swimming.
Neat.
My special 3D ink.
What kind of pen are you using tonight for your inks, Mike?
This is a Japanese quill, whose name I do not know. It's a tempered steel quill I grabbed while I was in an art store in Japan.
Okay, so you didn't. That wasn't a parting gift from Benihana.
No.
Very good. Looking good, Mr. Miller. All right. Let's check in. Let's check in on Mr. Brian Shearer.
I'm still here.
Putting some detail on that crown. Looking very good, Mr. Shearer. All right, let's see. Ethan, are you drawing again? You are.
I haven't stopped.
Take a moment to.
I'm working on this this bug head here.
Oh, I like the composition at the edge of the forest, man. It looks good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's fun.
Hey, Ethan, can you share out on your Twitter that you're here drawing?
Okay.
Thank you.
And we see that Mr. Elliot Fernandez is hard at work on a beautiful version of Aquaman that can't be voted on.
And he's like, I don't care.
Done, so his competition piece. That's the competition piece.
Yeah, it's a competition piece.
Is the other Aquaman, is that a commission, or has that already become a commission? Or
yes, it has.
You don't want to refine the piece?
This one?
Yeah, you could do more to it.
I could.
A lot more.
He's popping up.
I gotta pay some bills today.
Well, I bet you someone wants to buy that piece with the black mana from you already. Audience, and let me ask the audience, since I have their undivided attention, is anyone interested in purchasing the piece on the right with Black Manta showing from Elliot Fernandez? If you are, make sure to message him on Twitter. It looks like that thing would be insanely beautiful when he finishes with it. Yeah, Victor the Ripper says, man, he needs to finish that Black Mana piece. Brad Noble says, heck yes. Black Russian Bot says, yes. Dome City Sad Man says, I would in a second. Rhaegar Targaryen says, I would if I could. Oshin Arkelian says, 100% yes.
Okay. It'll make good kindling. Don't pay too much for it.
Oh, wow.
I'm so glad you're here, John.
The sole
Keep me
detractor
humble.
says, Reed Troutman says, no, too much red. Womp.
I know. That's what they said. I was already disqualified. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even sure if I should continue on with my life.
Finish that piece. Finish that piece. Well,
okay, here we go. Where's mine?
all right.
Elliot,
Let's
you
check
come
it.
in here and then throw your piece.
Todd, can you zoom out so we can see your composition so far?
Good.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Going with some cinematic. All right. But brother, you have got 43 minutes remaining. So gotta make it work.
Yeah,
Make it
these
work.
costumes are just like, these are designed by Jim Lee, by the way. The 52 costumes with all the metal and all the. I drew commission once. It was Dr. Fate, and he has this relief in his belt, like an intricate Egyptian art piece in his belt. He had a Cosmos type costume where you could see stars and stuff, and I was like, oh my god. That's when I went and looked up who designed all the 52 costumes and saw how many of them that he designed. And that's what probably pissed a lot of artists off. Like, what the frick? You know?
You couldn't be more correct.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to go ahead and say this tonight. And I think Malin is the person to beat tonight if he can finish this, because you got 42 minutes. This may be one of Malin's strongest pieces on Draw and Quartered ever.
Oh, thanks, Edwin. I'm not used to compliments on Drawn and Quarter.
I get to guest and I get to give compliments. Everybody else should. All right, let us check in on Kyung Lee and his artistic inspiration. That may be the thickest MERA that has ever been.
Young likes them thick in the middle, but they got much back.
She does not skip leg.
Little.
She doesn't skip lunch or dinner either.
Yeah.
That's all.
You wouldn't think that you could get red beans and rice under the water, but she found them somewhere. Right, Kyung Lee. Right, and let us check in with Mr. Matthew Well.
I'm trying to craft my bubbles properly. A long time ago, somebody got onto me on Pencil Jack or something like that about my bubbles and how I don't draw bubbles properly because bubbles are supposed to be round. So,
What?
yeah, I have not forgotten.
Were you drawing them completely square?
I'm drawing them all kinds of oblong and out of whack. Yeah, I don't know how to draw round bubbles.
Finally.
The only bubbles that are round are the bubbles you blow with like soapy water.
True that.
Yeah.
Oh, looking good. I'm going to put this back on free rotate.
These bubbles are not round.
Underwater bubbles are not round. I totally forgot my bubbles.
They sort of move and stretch and get hit by flowing water.
It's like lava lamps.
Right.
Right. So from what I've seen so far, I think Aquaman and MERA was an excellent choice.
Oh yeah, let's pick two characters with the most intricate costumes on the planet.
Every week.
This is how we thin the herd. Next week we will draw all of the X-Men.
I know Mike is ready to draw some Transformers. That's what he wants to draw.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that on fan edition.
No Transformers for me.
No.
Yeah. I think I might have like
Let's see. Jude Vanalian says, this dude complains a lot. That must mean he's a comic professional. Welcome
Sounds
to the
right.
industry. You've got the skill set down.
Aloe?
Let's see. Some of the people are saying that they want to see Transformers, but Chester Busby is saying no robots on the fan edition. He is
Whoa.
apparently an anti-robot bigot, a robotophobe.
It's a big eye.
Chester's he is biased.
Look at my
He's biased against the bots.
I'm very concerned about AI. I just want to say that. I've been reading those books that Malin reads. I'm very scared.
Let's go. Hello.
I don't read. I listen to the lectures.
Mike, did you have Transformers when you were a kid?
Of course. Dude, you're my age.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know if you actually had any.
Yeah, and we had a recorder. We had just gotten a VCR, so I used to record the Transformers and just watch them transform frame by frame.
You would.
Did you make paper dolls out of them? That's what I used to do with Spider-Man comic strips. I used to make paper dolls out of Spider-Man.
I'm trying to remember the names. I had a Soundwave, but then I had two cassettes. Two of the cassette ones, like a kind of like a Black Panther looking cassette.
Ravage.
Ravage, but I feel like he was a knockoff. I feel like it wasn't like a legit brand Transformer.
So your guy his name was Cabbage.
Yes.
He was green, dark green.
Let's see. Mark C says, I missed a super chat. Let me scroll back up. Oh, I did. I am so sorry, Mark C. For $5. He said, I missed the beginning. Is Aquaman's beard a must, or does everybody not like the original version? So Mark C, we left it up to the individual participants for them to select the version of Aquaman and MERA they wanted to present. So we gave them that creative freedom since we deliberately selected the topic. We did say, though, that there would be some bonus points if someone managed to incorporate a Black Manta and or an Ocean Master, which is not Ocean Master is not actually the most compelling character name. Great costume, bad name.
Isn't it really though? Manson's the coolest one. Do you guys remember the Bruce Timm update to they made a separate character? It wasn't Manson, but it looked just like him.
No.
He had like a squarish helmet instead of the round one, but it was still like oversized. It was nice.
Still no.
Come on, man. Come on, Michael.
But the Underworld's Unleashed version they did, or what did you say?
This is an episode of Bruce Timm's Justice League Unlimited, and basically they introduced the Viking Prince mythology into the.
Yeah, and they had to call him Devil Ray because they were planning to do like an Aquaman TV show that never happened.
Right. That's it. You got it.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they also had an Aquaman video game that never happened. I actually got paid to do the cover for it from THQ, but yeah, it never.
It was an Aquaman game though.
Was it a THQ one or a different one?
I believe it was.
Really?
You didn't get paid for it?
No, I got paid for it.
I'm sorry.
I just never heard anything after I delivered the artwork.
How long ago was that?
I
Long
think it
time
was
ago, right?
99. No, wait. Early 2000s.
Yeah, I think it was a PlayStation.
Huh. I'll have to check it out. See if they actually published my cover.
So did anybody come from a family? So Christmas Day, you're telling your parents, hey, I want them Transformers. I want them Transformers. And then your parents go to the store and you wake up on Christmas Day and you unwrap that box. And lo and behold, it wasn't a Transformer. but it was a GoBot.
Oh, yes. That happened to me. I had this weird tank that I couldn't tell what the face was. Like, is this a face?
Oh,
or
yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, I've had 2 GoBot commissions recently. And I just did one. Literally, I just reached over here, and here's one of them. Nobody ever asks for these.
Oh,
That's because they suck.
Oh no, I had Psykill and Turbo.
I had tons of them. I just like robots. I mean, it
I
was
had
like
Scooter. I thought
I had
Scooter was
Scooter. Scooter was cool. I liked Scooter.
Which one was the red car?
Turbo.
Turbo. Okay, I had Turbo.
Robots were like Transformers for retarded children because you literally have to like flip 2 things.
Michael.
What?
Oh, must you?
I'm only getting heals.
Let's see. James Dean, creator of Conflict, for $2 says, Elliot, I'd drop $100 on that. Do you have a better offer?
Not yet. That sounds great.
Like GoBots.
Mike?
Yes.
Let's see. Someone had a question for you. Let's see. This comes from Eric Bieberbuck. He wants to know, was Mike's cover an arm holding a trident? I think maybe he meant for the video game.
Just an arm holding a trident?
Yeah.
No, mine it had Manta, Charybdis, and Aquaman with the hook hand.
Oof.
Gross.
What a horrible Aquaman that was.
Right. Liam Akashic Soldier for $2 dropping some knowledge in chat. He says, Transformers is a GoBots knockoff. Let that sink in. Lol.
There you go.
They nerfed the sniper.
Doom CMYK says GoBots are for kids who drink detergent. This may be true.
Have you tried? Delicious.
It was all the rave a few years ago.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we didn't have pods. We had to drink it straight.
We had to pour it straight down our mouth. Just mix it in the water like Kool-Aid.
The jugs come with those shot glasses on top now.
I can't believe how much now they have to put the ad on every commercial. This is not to be eaten or something like that on the package.
No, we had Pop Rocks and Coke. And as every kid in the 80s knows, that'll make your stomach explode.
Explode. It's the worst. GoBots is an actively published comic book right now. I think IDW. Yeah.
Yeah, IDW is doing it.
Oh no.
Yeah, the dude that did Godlands is working on it.
Let's see. Hardware Wars. Hardware Wars says RIP RIP Captain Daryl Dragon from Captain and Tennille.
What?
Oh yeah, he
did
that.
Daryl Dragon died today?
Yeah,
rough day, man.
Same age as Okerlund and Bob Einstein.
Jeez.
Super day.
So there's your 3. Don't they always come in 3s?
Oh my god. Oh no.
You were just watching their Christmas special, weren't you? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, Captain, my Captain. And Tennille.
That was my sad tribute.
That was pretty sad. Well, I didn't mean that as a cut.
Well, speaking of sad, Mr. Malin, James Dean, creator of Conflict, for $2 says,
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Malin, I would drop $13 on that Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah,
It looks like a scene out of Little Mermaid or something. When they're in the
What has he got against Etch-a-Sketch?
yeah, bigot.
Let's see.
Bigot.
Hey, robots and Etch-a-Sketch.
All right, Uncanny Kodiak for $5 says, Jerk Nation. Jerk Nation.
What's up, dolls?
Go Atomo. Follow Elliot Fernandez art. Looks like you all brought your A game today. Drawn and Quartered is the best showcased of artists on YouTube. Thank you very much. Jerk Nation, is that your version of the Malin Militia?
Mm-hmm.
It predates the Malin Militia by
You're right.
20 years. That's what you say, homie. I saw somebody posted a chat there about the seaweed suit, the blue seaweed suit. I gotta tell you, that was my favorite one for a long time. I actually like Aquaman a lot. It's funny people. I don't care for
Now, Elliot, someone in chat is suggesting that you have cheese with your coffee. What
Yes,
is?
I do. Yes, I do.
In the coffee. In the coffee.
In the coffee. Yep.
Well, now I put Kerrygold butter in coffee. I have never heard of putting cheese in your coffee.
Butter?
Have you been traded for this, or?
Clever, Edwin. No, as a matter of fact, I have not. I enjoy that very much. Actually, I haven't had that in years, to be honest, but I do enjoy it.
Why?
It's good, man.
I wonder if it's any better than a horse sashimi.
Cheese and think, yeah.
Because understand that a lot of times Puerto Rican coffee tends to be very sweet. Put that little cheese in there. You ever have guava and cheese?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. Kind of that same idea.
You converted me. I dig that. I think that's about right. I can picture it.
All right. Once again, Chester Busby wants to remind everyone that tomorrow will be the fan edition of Drawn and Quartered. Usually that is 10 p.m. Eastern time. And then James Dean, creator of Conflict, again for $2. He says, I was bidding up because it's an Etch-a-Sketch. I think that comment was aimed at Mr. John Malin.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and please do continue to talk smack, but man,
from him,
Malin is the man to beat tonight, I think.
Every night.
Dick.
In an alley.
All right. Let's make the rounds again. And again, we will start with Bill Hurt.
All right. It's coming along.
Looking very good.
What's another Captain Tennille song?
I couldn't tell you if you friggin' paid me.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Captain and Tennille. Love will keep us together. Shop around.
Oh, was that?
That's the one. Love will keep us together. That was the big one.
Daryl
See,
Dragon.
Lonely Night seems like an appropriate one. I just don't know how that one goes.
Yeah, I think Daryl Dragon actually knew Charles Manson.
Oh, that's
because he hung out with Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys at the time when Dennis was in the Manson family. and wrote a bunch of songs with him. I feel like they knew each other. I have to do a little research on that. Not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know that Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys was part of the Manson family.
No.
I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
he ripped off Manson too on a song, right?
Manson came and said, "Hey, use one of my songs. You better use it and give me some money for it." And so that's basically what happened. Dennis said, "Okay," and used the song and rewrote it, basically.
Yeah, ripped him off, sent him over the edge.
Maybe that's true.
not to make any of our competitors nervous, but gentlemen, you only have 22 minutes remaining.
Good Lord.
Yeah, Dennis Wilson ripping him off cost about 7 lives.
Wow.
Yeah. Like not getting in art school.
Yeah,
That is tough.
Elliot, that is a spectacular Aquaman. You may have out shipment Mr. Gary Shipman tonight.
Well, thank you.
What does that mean?
Oh, Gary would always do just portraits, and everyone else is doing like full figures and stuff. Gary comes in, drops a portrait, leaves.
Headshots are considered the easy win.
But that is a beautiful piece.
Thank you, my friend. Malin, are you already nervous? I haven't, everyone's been talking you up this whole night, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, it's an easy win, just in case."
I'd have to even consider you to be nervous.
Wow.
The hat is icy cold.
No.
Yeah, there's no color allowed. Elliot's just my son's asking me why Elliot.
Because I forgot. Because I was looking at the images of Black Manta. I said, "Oh, he's got red eyes." And I got out of whack. Hold on, I'm looking for my stupid whiteout. Hold on. I don't want to do it now.
More ammo. I could have.
It's gonna mess it up.
Yeah, just leave it red and be disqualified. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You're a winner. You're a winner no matter what. You don't need it.
Participation trophy winner. Got it.
You're a winner in the game of life, Elliot.
It's called a Malin trophy.
Pausing on Mr. Malin, who has got some spectacular composition here. Some actual emotion in his piece, gentlemen. You might want to consider that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Emotion is for losers.
So
Hates
it's a
women.
picture. It's a picture of Aquaman receiving his real doll and taking out of the box. I mean, that is emotional.
Ice cold. Ice cold.
It's true.
He hates real women.
Mm-hmm.
Necro porn.
It's a, you might, man, without
Ew.
them pies, you get mean, Ethan. That's pie withdrawal right there. Them DTs.
It is. I haven't had any pie. 3 days. By the way, when I took the pumpkin pie out of the fridge to throw it away, I kissed it before I threw it in the garbage. Andrew was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I held it. There was only one slice taken out of it, and I said, "I would never have done this to you," and I kissed it and threw it in the garbage.
Sorry, my love.
She was always jealous. It was like the leg.
I blame Andrea for this. She's jealous of you. She's jealous of us.
All right, we have a $10. We have a $10 super chat from Professor Geek. He says, "Edwin, care to join us on Son of Comicsgate live tomorrow night and talk about successfully promoting an Indiegogo? Also, great work, guys, but I'm bummed the Super Friends Aquaman isn't getting any love."
Oh man, I got Super Friends right here. Just looks a little tougher.
Yeah, I will hit you up, Professor Geek. We gotta have a big year in 2019. I want to see some people put like some really good work out there, right? I mean, be ready though. Before you launch your project, be ready. But yeah, I want to see
some future projects, by the way, Edwin. I've seen some pages from Oddity. I went looking at that. That's Illustrator Monk. Really good looking product. And I've seen some Monster MD. That looks really good.
Mm-mm. That's Von Klaus, Monster MD.
Right.
That is also one of. Didn't he win on the writing side, Mr. Mann?
Yes, sir. Yep, he was one of the writers for the next Graveyard Shift.
What are you doing, John?
Splattering in some.
No,
dots.
I mean, what are you doing next?
Oh, I'm working on a project called Blue Harvest. That's a placeholder name, and then I'm rolling right into Graveyard Shift 2. I have Todd and all the contest winners. They're all getting started right now. Well, the writers are started right now, and then February, all the art starts. So, and we'll be launching late spring or early summer.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan, do you know if Richard's doing another Jawbreakers?
No, I don't. I assume so. I don't know. Richard is full of surprises. Let's be frank. Who knows what he's doing?
You'd call it Jaw Thinkers.
Oh no, that is no. Like I feel like that channel name is giving me leprosy. That is. What is that? What does he need an intervention, Ethan? Or
it's hard to say. He goes his own way and does his own thing. He's here right now. Let me ask him. Do they want to know? I'll say Edwin wants to know.
Yeah, I mean, if he needs help, we'll get him help.
If you need an intervention, he's not going to take this well.
He'll be all right. He's a
over your channel.
Stop trying to distract me, man.
And if he's overly emotional about it, that's a good sign. Let's see. Got a couple of super chats I need to hit here. Mark C for $5 says, "Bum nobody used the blue seaweed suit." Also, Mr. Malin, nice use of spotting blacks to build composition.
Hey, thanks.
Is that what you call it?
And then FP Sunny from chat says, "I know where to stick the trident." He knows. So if you're interested in where to put the trident, make sure to send a DM to FP Sunny. He can hook you up with the Let's see. James Dean, creator of Conflict, for $2 is upping the ante. He says, "Elliot, make it 120." And he says, "Malin, nice back button."
Nice back what?
Nice back button. Does that mean like the undo command?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Oh, only was my job. Malin, I made a special section in my new computer station. It's labeled Malin, and I'm putting a sticker that says Malin on Command Z.
Let's
a
start.
picture of you.
Gentlemen,
that's not you.
Gentlemen, I don't want to make anybody panic, but you have 14 minutes remaining.
14 seconds. Everyone is complimenting John Malin, saying he's making good use of light and shadow.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Doom CMYK says, "I like them all," and I think that's the most honest criticism.
Yeah.
People are wondering if cops are raiding Edwin's place again.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think this particular selection was actually kind of technically challenging, but you guys are pulling it off.
All of us.
You can do it, Todd.
Is there an Aquaman there yet?
Oh, I don't even think I'll get to Aquaman.
Come on, Todd. You can do it.
I'm doing a lot of copy and paste on half this.
Do a portrait, quick.
Let's see, Mark C. Mark C says, Mike can take notes on John's use of black. Oof.
You know,
It's true. It's true.
I went through that phase when I used blacks to cover up my lack of understanding and things.
It's true too.
All right, let's do one more walkthrough. Chester, have you already gotten the poll ready? Because we are closing in on the end of the program.
We are. It's getting near the end.
All right, this is Bill Hurt, and he has a MERA and an Aquaman, substantially complete. Good. Blacklist universe. Those scales take some inking, don't they?
Take your time, Mike. Take your time.
And not to make you nervous, Mr. Miller, apart from the sirens, but there is 11 minutes remaining.
Got it.
All right, looking at Mr. Brian Scherer, like he is substantially complete, just adding a little bit of flair. All right, and taking a short detour from aquatic-based action, check out some cyber frog action here.
My goodness.
It's still aquatic.
Not really.
Well, not the wasps.
I mean, the frog.
There's water in your book somewhere, so we're good.
There's tons of water, yeah. Cyberfrog has to stay wet.
Oh, yeah.
I want this book to be good, and I want Mike. I want Mike to like it. Like, seriously, I want Mike to be like, Ethan, you did a good job, you know? A lot of my thinking goes into that goal.
I understand.
Yeah.
Making sure you obtain that highly coveted Mike Miller endorsement.
Yeah. Just for him to say, you did good, pal. You know?
You did good, kid.
Yeah. I don't expect it, you know. I'm just hoping for it, so I'm working extra hard.
I am here to motivate you to greatness.
I know it. I know that.
All right, Ignition Todd, showing some progress here. Can you get us an Aquaman in 10 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Go for it. Get the Aquaman in there.
Just put a beard on her.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
Aquaman. All right.
God. Did anybody do a video about that video? That's a tricky subject. I know Geeks and Gamers did. He just sat there, watched it, put his face on the screen on top of the video, and just laughed through it. He got like 40,000 views for it, you know?
Oh, man.
I wanted to do the guy in the vape shop. I mean, that dude.
Oh, man.
That was pretty bad.
Wow.
Oh, he's got that, you know, that one generic soy face guy you drew?
Yeah.
He's got that look, man. There's got to be something scientific to this.
Just a mess. Just a sloppy, disorganized, ugly mess. But what I liked about it was that he screeched like he screamed like a girl out of frustration and rage. And like, you know, everything that we said about SJWs, everything that we suspected about them, like I think at the time that I was saying those things, I thought I was probably pushing it and being rude. No, I was 100% correct. That's how they are. They're literally like that.
That guy is a guy who's completely impotent in like every area of his life. Like that's just powerlessness screaming into the wind is what that was.
You're president. I love the guy, dude. I love the dude, like just looking at his own camera like
Well, the other dude standing in there, the black guy, he's just like, what is going on?
Yeah. Like, hey, dude, these are the Democrats. Like, this is about money. This is about money, man. This ain't about politics. It's about money.
There's got to be like a biological component to it because they all kind of have that same kind of that weird look. Yeah.
Yeah. Weak men. Just weak men.
They had no one at home to teach them how to be real men.
That might be it.
You think there is that the common thread? A lack of manly role models and that presence of a strong father?
Yep. Well, lack of discipline is definitely one of the factors.
Well, no father would, you don't allow your son to throw a temper tantrum like that.
That's right.
Get out of my store. Like he's screaming over his penislessness. Like he really thought like the guy would get up and leave. It's like that is penislessness, and you're just like because
my words are not working. They're not working.
They work on Twitter. I can block you. In real life, I can't block you.
That's what a blockchain looks like in real life.
Yeah, you are blocked. You are blocked, sir. What do you do though? Like if one of these soy boys comes up to you screeching because like
get out
my first impulse would be like to hit one of these creatures in the throat, right? Just because, but in reality, they're harmless.
Are they? I don't think they're harmless. I think they're pretty dangerous to society. I think they,
physically harmless.
Yeah, but it's just like, you had that one guy who drop kicked that lady.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that physically either with the bike lock and everything. No, they're dangerous. They lack any like manly sort of good sportsmanship. You know what I mean? They're gonna sucker punch you and hit you with something. You got to be on the watch out.
Yeah, but if a grown dude is like screeching at you, I would laugh at him. How would you not? How would you not? Right,
I would have left. I would have left, dude, because I don't want to look at that. Like that guy stood in there, and I applaud him for doing that. But I would have sat there like, get me the hell away from this dude. That would have been my first instinct. But I gotta really train myself to go for the camera instead and stand my ground.
All right, gentlemen, two things you've got less than 5 minutes remaining, so you need to bring it together. Let me catch a couple of super chats here. We have $2 from Zebulon Pike. He says Meyer will blast past 100,000 subs with new name. Just you watch. Okay.
Disagree.
We will see if that.
Let's look at his social blade. We can find that out right now. That's a provable. That's a provable thing.
You're gonna pull that up. Let's see. Let me catch a couple more super chats. James Dean, creator of Conflict, for $5, says, jokes aside, this may be the best overall group of art I've seen in Drawn and Quartered. Even the guy who isn't drawing Aquaman at all. Amazing work.
There's always one.
James.
Ethan,
Malin, you may not get, Todd might not be fast, but you're going to get quality on everything he does, man.
And Ethan, the chat keeps asking me to ask you what page you're on in Cyberfrog.
Oh, it doesn't make a difference. This is page, I think, 15, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm working out of order, and I'm adding pages as I go. So this book is going to end up being bigger than 48 pages.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's extra stuff that I got to cram in there.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because I've met Dave Sim, and he's eclectic, to say the least. How's it going? Have you had any conversations with him on what he plans, or?
Well, yeah. I mean, I had a conversation with him today, and decided that I would not be working with him on Cyberfrog, and I put that on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't have asked.
No problem.
All right, let me catch a couple more super chats here. And gentlemen, you have less than 3 minutes remaining. $5 from Liam says Mike's use of the scales allows him to add extra definition and shape to the arm without heavy blacks or shadow. Very clever.
Clever girl.
Hey, wait. That's not right.
All right, so I'm gonna make one more pass through, and let's see if I can get through this. We are looking at Bill Hurt. This is Bill Hurt. Okay. We're now looking at Mr. Blacklist Universe, Mike Miller. Mike Miller.
That's me.
Okay, moving right down the line. This is Brian Shearer. Brian Shearer.
Oh, Brian.
I can't find Zach's channel on Social Blade. It's not coming up at all.
Interesting.
Think About Comics.
Might not have updated his new name yet.
Yeah, but it should still come up under Diversity in Comics anyway, and it's saying no channel under that name.
Right, this is Elliot Fernandez. This is Elliot Fernandez.
Ah, stepped it up, Elliot.
Did it for you,
Okay.
Mike. Did it for you.
This is Ignition Todd. Ignition Todd.
Aquaman. It's Aquaman.
He's all consuming. He's all over the background. He's everywhere.
1 minute remaining, gentlemen. 1 minute remaining. Looking at John Malin. John Malin.
the sea. Under the sea.
Oh, I forgot to draw Sebastian.
Yeah, the crab.
Okay, Chung Lee. Chung Lee. And last but not least, Mr. Matthew Welton. Matt Welton.
That's pretty.
All right, gentlemen, 30 seconds remaining.
All right, I found it. When he announced that he changed his name on Tuesday, he went -9 subs. He had 143 subs on Sunday, 123 added subs on Monday. Announced he changed his channel on Tuesday, lost 9 subs. Wednesday +6 subs, Thursday +6 subs. He is crawling at this point. Daily average 35 subs. So,
and gentlemen, pens, pencils, and stylus down.
His name sounds like something out of college radio station. Thinking about comics.
Yeah.
All right, let me catch these super chats, and then we will have Chester Busby put the polls in while I take you through a tour. All right, $2 from James Dean, creator of Conflict. Matthew, that's gorgeous work. Wow. Liam Akashik. Malin's piece has the best visual storytelling. And then $10 for DM Draws. I believe he is addressing you artists collectively. He says, you are amazing. All right. Chester, if you would, go ahead and post the poll into the chat.
Wait, where's Bill? Let me see what Bill did. Oh, very nice, Bill.
Thanks for that compliment, by the way. I didn't catch that right away.
No, thanks, Todd. See yours. Your work is so clean. So nice.
All right, as soon as Chester posts the poll into the chat, I will take us through. Okay, Chester Busby is posting a link. Please open that up in a separate window and cast your vote for tonight. Doesn't cost you anything, and we'd love to have your response. I will go ahead and put 10 minutes on the timer, and I'm going to take us on another tour of our artist. All right.
God, that's a tough one.
All right. Starting first, we have Bill Hurt from Argos Creations. Bill Hurt from Argos Creations.
Good job, Bill.
Okay.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, and I'll be one of the artists on Tales from Beyond the Gate, which will be an anthology book with some fans and pros alike, drawing to put together a bunch of creepy horror stories. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that should be hitting Indiegogo in February, if I'm right.
Just FYI, he's listed as fan champ Bill in the poll, so that's not helpful. His first name should be first.
All right.
Fan champ Bill. That's
All right. Your next competitor is our ever humble host, Mr. Mike Miller from the Blacklist universe.
Mike, how big is Aquaman? You see the problem I'm referring to?
He's that big.
Or how small is MERA?
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome scale work. I always have delusions of grandeur and try to attempt stuff like that, but
it's really good, Mike. But you made Aquaman the size of a orca compared to.
I did
Mike,
not.
Mike, you put his back leg. Mike, you put his
close
back
to the camera, and then his shut up, Ethan.
Not to mention the tangent of the trident to her hair.
Oh my God! Again.
Tangent. Ben Shapiro is pulling his endorsement right now.
All right.
Mike is the tangent king.
All right. Moving down the line, we have Mr. Brian Shearer, the creator of William the Last.
It's good.
This is Arthur the Last. The last play.
Oh.
Wah, 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 wah.
Right. This is Brian Shearer. Brian Shearer. All right. And next contestant is Mr.
God.
Elliot Fernandez. Elliot Fernandez.
That's just amazing.
That's really good.
This is the disembodied head of Aquaman.
No, you're missing this guy.
Nice brushwork, by the way. Nice
and a
stripe.
manta in there.
Yep.
Well, some people do pinups, other people do sequentials. What do you want?
We better back up.
All right. This is Mr. Elliot Fernandez. Okay. Moving down the line, we have Ignition Time.
Yeah, I'm also in that Tales from Beyond the Gate book, and I'm actually getting to draw a story by Mike Barron, which is wicked cool. Mike Barron I don't think he's ever written really a bad book that I've read. You know?
That's great. Where's Aquaman?
He's really tiny.
Disqualified.
You're looking through Aquaman's eyes.
The brush that creates people. I should have just thrown a little tiny guy in there.
He thought you said Ant-Man.
The Aquaman is implied, huh? Okay. We'll see if the fans buy that tonight.
Absolutely.
That's bubble work though.
All right. This is Mr. John Malin.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it does look good, man. You know that.
I see the subliminal penis though. That's off to the side in the shadow work there. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's in white ink.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, very subtle. Very subtle, John.
There's like 3 of them in there.
Subtle, John.
It's not even appropriate anymore.
Do what I can.
I like how the hair's draped on the rock.
All right. This is Mr. John Malin.
So good.
All right. Let us take a look at Mr. Kyung Lee.
Kyung gets my vote.
Aquaman down there. I'm ready to shampoo your hair. This is awesome. This is great, man.
Yeah, it's a nice MERA portrait with just a touch of Aquaman garnish.
That's all you need.
Just a touch.
Nice that MERA has an Aquaman toy.
That's what I think it looks like too. She's in the bathtub.
Well, I would say in this particular portrait, bubble placement is critical.
Yeah.
Huh.
This is Mr. Chung-Lee. Chung-Lee. Right.
Puerto Rican. Yeah.
And our final competitor. Our final competitor is Mr. Matthew Weldon.
Ah,
Damn.
It's a very conservative butt.
It has a little bit of like a tocini to it. I like it mucho.
Don't be afraid of the butt,
I guess if
Matthew.
you don't want to draw any scales, that's fine.
He's
Okay.
smart, man. He's the
I'm just saying, it's Aquaman. It's got
Good
scales.
piece, though.
appreciate it.
And please, everyone, click on the poll that Chester is posting.
This
and
is a
vote.
tough one. This is probably one of the hardest. What do I vote for?
This is tough.
Malin is gonna need some hugging after this.
Well,
some support.
I gotta, yeah.
It's a wolf mode.
Wow, John Mellon's in last place.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, after like 150 votes.
Oh.
Oh well, this is one of our larger turnouts. We're already showing 211 votes. That's fantastic.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, people voting for Elliot must think they're voting for Ethan.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of. I can't
What have
believe
I done?
Kyung is doing great, by the way. Kyung is pulling into second. Well, he's in second place, firmly in second place.
I can't see what's happening.
I can. I'm watching it go down right now. So
Wow.
it's like a horse race. We got
37 to 30. That's
this one updates.
holy
All right.
cow.
Let me make one more path. Let me make one more trip through the contestants. All right.
For voting, like
I'm just John just pulled ahead of Mike.
All right.
You know, which is important.
Everything's going exactly to plan.
well, I didn't vote for myself.
John's in third place now. Mike is in a distant fifth place. You know.
I think I got the points for Black Manta.
All right. I'm showing Beal Hurt. This is Beal Hurt.
Beal, yeah, Beal Hart. Yeah, thanks for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Moving down the line, this is Mike Miller. Mike Miller.
Mike, he's so big. Mike, if his back knee is like that big behind Mira, do you understand?
The thing kind of on.
All right. This is Brian
Ben
Shearer.
Ward.
Brian Shearer. Okay. Moving down. This is Elliot Fernandez. Elliot Fernandez.
Sweet locks.
Yeah, that's very nice. I like the looks on their face.
Oh, it's like Kirk Russell a little bit.
Ah. Yeah.
Ignition Todd. Ignition Todd.
Maybe I should just show a different work.
All
Hey, here's a page from Tales from Beyond the Gate.
Well, I'll come back to that in a minute. I'm trying to get through everybody before the votes go. This is John Malin. This piece is by John Malin.
Everybody's voting for John now.
Oh, thanks. Glad I'm not in last. Is Mike in last?
Yes.
No, Mike's not in last.
All right. This is Kyung Lee. Kyung Lee.
Kyung Lee is doing great, man. I love it. I love seeing Kyung win. This is awesome.
Young's not winning.
He's in second place, dude.
Well, Kyung has 4 things working in his favor.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
And we have Matthew Weldon. Matthew Weldon.
Matthew Weldon's great, too.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like the rendering.
I voted for that.
Yeah, he's
took
tied
a
with
little
you,
bit
Mike.
more-
He's tied with
It
you.
took a little bit more time than I wanted to, so I'm going to give it one more minute. Get your
Yeah.
votes in now. Please
Yeah, we got
get your votes.
Matt, speaking of porn, Weldon. Really?
What? That's my title?
Yeah.
And I think I missed a super chat from James Dean. James Dean Anderson. So please take a moment after this and either go to IndieCron or Indiegogo and pull up Conflict Calls Out, and please take a look at that very fun comic book.
Holy crap.
James Dean Anderson.
We got close to a 70% turnout for votes on this.
Nice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Dang.
All right, I am stopping the vote. I'm going to refresh and see where we are at.
Yeah.
Wow, this is our highest vote turnout ever.
Yeah.
300.
Passionate.
Yeah, you should have me on more often.
Is this one of Pixel Trader's new? Like, is this his straw poll?
No, that doesn't come out till the new Indicron launches.
All right, I am going to start from the least amount of votes to the most. Tied for last place, both with 4 votes, we have Brian Kid-Friendly Shearer and Todd Mrs. Close's Beard Mulrooney, both with 4 votes each. All right. Now, moving up the chain with 29 votes, we have Matt. Speaking of porn, Weldon.
Goodness. I need that stricken.
Matt, the competition was tough, man, but your piece is excellent.
A bunch of monsters tonight. I mean, monsters.
You legit had my vote, dude. I legit voted.
Yeah, your work's impressive. I like the composition, way everything intertwines with all the different objects on that piece. It's really nice.
So much better than Malin.
I didn't vote for you, but you should have done better than Mike.
Yeah, I agree. I got to go, guys. I'm sorry. I got to run.
Have a good one, Ethan.
To the winner.
Take care, Ethan.
All right, now we have a tie for 4th place, both with 30 votes. We have Fan Champ Bill at Argos Creations, tied with Mr. Mike iHeart Shapiro Miller, both with 30 votes.
They kind of drew the same thing, so it makes sense.
Well, I'm stoked I tied Mike.
Well, you beat him in my book, Bill.
Hey, thanks, John. Mail-in militia all the way.
All right, now what matters? What matters the most is our audience, and thank you, gentlemen, all so much for this fantastic effort this evening. In 3rd place with the bronze medal with 46 votes, we have John Wolf Milk in My Latte Malin.
Yeah! Woo! Some people have cheese, some people have wolf milk.
All right. And I'm going to say that a bronze medal tonight might have been a gold medal on any other night. This has been a spectacular show. All right. In 2nd place with the silver medal, we have Kyung Cheesecake Lee with 67 votes.
Thanks for the support, guys.
Yes. Pander early, pander often, profit big. All right. And our winner tonight with the Aquaman MERA Challenge is Elliot.
Ethan Van Sciver. Oh, Elliot. I can see how people would be confused.
Elliot Ethan Likes Me Fernandez with a gold medal. Is this your second gold medal?
This is my 2nd gold medal. It is.
This is funny because Mike tried so hard just dragging him in here at the beginning of this all.
Yeah,
Malin knew I was coming and he got scared.
All right, Matt.
We would like to apologize for all of the fans for Elliot making us late. So make sure you understand.
So you could take 10 points off for that, and I still win.
All right, Matt, James Dean is offering you $100 if you'll sell your piece. James Dean, creator of Conflict.
No, it's beautiful, man.
I will take it.
All right, our tradition on this show is that the audience can win a copy of the winning piece. Right? And so if you want to receive a copy of
signed
a signed copy of Elliot Fernandez's winning piece. What I want you to do right now is type in Elliot Fernandez into the chat. Type in Elliot Fernandez
Or
into
just
the chat.
Elliot's fine.
Elliot's fine? Okay, if you want a chance to win, type in Elliot into the chat. We will give it about 30 seconds, and Mike will select a random winner.
Yay. This is where you say thanks to everyone, all the fans, all your supporters.
Me?
Good fire starter.
Oh, yeah. I'm just looking at all the names. I'm impressed. Thank you guys so much. I sincerely thank you all for that.
It's going to be a cold winter, everybody. This thing will light your fire up, no problem.
The contest is over, John. You don't have to keep pummeling me.
Oh,
although
He's bitter because he
he's
lost
bitter.
to you, Elliot.
No, seriously, thank you
I'm
everybody
proud
so much.
to lose to you, Elliot.
If you run out of toilet paper, you may want to consider.
Don't forget about your boy here.
Yeah, boy! Lone Star!
That's awesome.
Heart of the hero.
Did I just see John Malin put my name down?
As featured on the Ben Shapiro show. If anyone missed that particular news, Lone Star.
I think John Malin just put my name down there in the chat.
Mike, there is a massive amount of Elliot's in the chat.
right.
Did you pick a
We're
winner for us?
we're spinning the magical wheel. And I'm gonna close my eyes and stop. Where? Hardware Wars. Hardware Wars is the winner.
Yay!
Hardware Wars, it will be up to you to contact Elliot. Elliot, let Hardware Wars know how to contact you. Write down the name Hardware Wars so you know that's the real person.
Yep. You can contact me on Twitter under Jerkmonger, or you can hit me up here on YouTube. Message me under the Elliot Fernandez, or on my Instagram on Elliot Fernandez _art, where you can experience the Jerk Nation phenomenon that Malin's unaware of.
All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the show. I'd like to thank all of our guests, all of our members in the chat, and folks, one at a time, if you could give us your contact information, anything that you want to promote, your website, your YouTube channel, your projects. And we're going to start with Matthew.
Sweet. You can check me out on Twitter at Weldon Art, or hit me up on my Facebook, or email should be on the Twitter as well. If you're interested in any books or any special requests, check out Punchline. It is in stores. The first couple of issues are out. 3 will be out in a couple of weeks, and I am really, really thankful for the opportunity to come and hang out and chat and draw and scribble with you cats. So lots of fun. Appreciate it.
All right, let's see who's next in this lineup. John Lee.
Oh, hi. Yeah, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at John Malin. You can find me on YouTube. What?
I said Kyung Lee.
I
Oh,
heard John, actually.
yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. It's that San Diego accent. All right, just let me finish. Can I finish? Can I finish? All right, guys. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, also on John Malin, and I talk to Comicsgate creators and talk about other projects that they have. And Earthbound by Narwhal is about to end, I believe, for good. I think it's in demand, and he's about to shut it down 100%. So go get Earthbound while you still got a chance.
Sweet.
Kyung Lee, would you like to take a chance?
Yeah, sure, I'll go for it. First of all, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm the creator of Battlemane and Knucklebomb. It's currently in demand on Indiegogo. And later on this year, we've also got the Tug project coming up, and that's already in production.
Let me see, who is... Sorry, I've got a secondary window open. Kyung, John, Ignition.
Yeah, my name is Todd Maroney. You can find me on my YouTube channel and on Fanspeak. My channel is called Ignition. Get tuned in. And Fanspeak has been growing and getting a ton of good vibes going. We got some huge guests. We have Tom Cocker, is going to come on, and Mac Chatter. So they have some really good books, and we're going to try to drive people towards really good books that you may not be checking out because you're giving up. We don't want people to give up. And I'll be part of Tales from Beyond the Gate. I have a page up here that this is the first panel that I've inked for a Mike Barron story, which is really cool to be working with such a a legendary kind of creator who's been in the business. I was a huge Nexus fan, and if you have, there's Nexus omnibuses out there. Mike Barron's work is amazing. And that's about it. You guys got to come check out FanSpeak, and some of you guys have to come on because the show is really getting really good.
Right on. Elliot.
So I just wanted this quick opportunity to kind of show off a little bit about the project I'm putting out probably the first week of February, more than likely because of some unforeseen circumstances. But this is my concept here, a Comet Boy Atomo that I'll be launching. I'm super excited. I'll be writing this with Antonio Bryce and of Brand fame, and I'm looking forward to getting this into everyone's Indiegogo filter as soon as possible. Otherwise, you can also find me on Instagram under Elliot Fernandez _art, and here under the Elliot Fernandez and Jerkmonger on Twitter. But thanks you guys again so much. I genuinely had a blast this time around, especially with you guys. You guys were really gracious to let me be late and still win. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, Elliot actually told us a little bit about this earlier last week, and I gotta admit, this is one of the books I'm looking forward to the most this year.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that.
Brian.
Oh, is it me?
Wakey.
I am Brian Shearer. You can find me on Twitter at Brian_Shearer. I have a YouTube channel that's youtube.com/Brian Shearer, all one word. And I have William the Last. The first trade is in previews right now. It's from Antarctic Press, so you can go and tell your shop to buy it. Buy all the copies. Go.
Represent. Hey, Austin Rogers is part of that William the Last 2 thing, right? Is he working on that?
Yeah.
I talked to him every now and then. I just saw him at a show and got to catch up with him not too long ago. Cool cat.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't actually met him in person. We just gone back and forth online.
Oh, sweet.
Bill.
Yeah, the fan edition winner. I've been competing on that for weeks now, so it's great to finally win one. I was always second or third place. And then I will be.
Oh my God! Stop pulling tape.
Yeah. All right. Take two. So thanks again for having me on. I won the fan edition last week, and it was a great experience to come on here and have at least a tie mic. Man, that's something for nothing, right? But I'll be on this Friday. Jeez Louise. Hey, all we need now is just an ambulance and a fire truck and a police car to come through. But no, I'm working on the Tales from Beyond the Gate, a story with Chester Busby, and then on Friday on PS Smelter's channel, I'm going to be doing a tribute to Mean Gene Okerlund. We're going to be drawing some wrestling personalities on that. And otherwise, you can find me on Argos Creations on YouTube, and occasionally you'll find me late at night drawing on Good Dog Press with the Gatekeeper community.
Fantastic. Before I let Edwin take us out of here, let me just cycle through the super chats one more time and make sure we didn't miss anything.
We missed one from Edwin Asiavato.
Oh, Malin Militia sends its regards.
Nice.
That's
follow the ace. Go follow Edwin on
John
Twitter.
Dillard says, finally, Malin deserves a win. Vote Bill. Did we do that? I think we did, right? DM Draws says, you are amazing for everybody. Yeah, we did that. Malin's piece has the best visual storytelling. Did we say that one? I don't think we did.
It's true. Should probably say it a couple more times.
That was from Liam. Yeah, we caught that one.
Hold on, let me just focus on the ones that compliment me real quick. I got nothing here. I got nothing. All right. Well, I'm Mike Miller. Obviously, this is my channel. Please do subscribe, like this, hit the like button on your way out the door. Subscribe. What else? No, that's it. Still have my Indiegogo going on. That was featured today on the Ben Shapiro show. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Lone Star Comic.
Great job, by the way. Great job.
And with that, Edwin, would you like to take us home?
Yeah, so this is the first drawn and quartered of 2019, and it was amazing. Thank you all so much for joining and participating with us tonight. It was fantastic. Now, given that it's a new year, a lot of people make resolutions, want to make big changes in their lives, want to drastically alter their life. That's fantastic, but do what you can, and at any given moment. At any given moment, you can choose better for yourself. You can choose to be kinder. You can choose to be more patient, even with yourself. You can choose to be more compassionate to the people you work with, your friends, and your family. Right? And so, as I want to do, I'd like to do it again tonight. Whoever you are, wherever you're at in the world, commit to making that part of the world better because you are there. Thank you so much for joining us again. Until we meet again, I wish you a good night and aloha.
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha. Flat Earth
Aloha.
is real.